The real fundamental risk to the share is going lower. It's a $650 billion market cap today, much bigger than most other auto companies. The fundamental risk is that eventually competition comes, it squeezes margins. Again, that has been a long and tired road. That story has been long and tired. I don't see it coming.
Hey, I'm Steven and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So in this video, I'm reacting to some comments regarding ARK Invest's $3,000 price target for Tesla stock, Tesla's so-called competition, or lack thereof, Tesla's progress in autonomy, and also extinguishing a little bit more of the mainstream finance media's Tesla-related FUD. So let's get into the video. But first, hey guys, if you'd like to help out the channel and get up to 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 1 free stock valued up to $250 just for opening an account. And if you fund your account with $100, you'll get a second free stock valued up to $1,600. Unless you don't like free stocks, that is. And if you're in Australia, the UK or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake also using the link in the description. Let's get back to it.
The stock is down by nearly 20% in the last couple of months. Let's bring in Gene Munster from Loop Ventures to discuss it all in the outlook. Gene, I'm interested in her base case price target, her bull case, but most of all, her bear case price target, which still envisions more than doubling going forward, $1,500 target for the bear case. Does that concern you that even when someone's bear case suggests so much upside that we're just in crazy territory right now?
Wilford, it doesn't, because of the size of the transformative market that Tesla's going after. And I think that's an important anchoring place to start. At Loop, we are long-term investors.
Gene Munster laying the smackdown upon some of the media FUD there, immediately jumping in. Of course we're not concerned. Tesla's market opportunity is fucking enormous. Oh, and by the way, we're also long-term investors, so we don't care what's happening yesterday or tomorrow. We care about next month, next quarter, next year, next decade. By the way, guys, just a pro tip. You may have noticed some of the FUD there in the media. If you ever hear anyone in the media ask a question along the lines of, or make a statement along the lines of, should investors be worried about, or are you concerned about? This is just a typical FUD tactic from the media to get your eyeballs glued to whatever they have to say, because they sell those eyeballs then to advertisers. If it bleeds, it leads. This is the media mantra. And watch out, snowflakes, because you're going to melt now, but this is also true. Most people who watch the media, watch the mainstream media, whether it's the finance media or just the media in general, don't like thinking for themselves. Maybe it hurts too much. Maybe they don't have much experience doing so. Maybe some combination thereof. I don't know what it is, but people would much rather, wait, should I be scared about? Should I be worried about? That's a good question, person on the media. I'm going to keep watching so you can answer the question and tell me, should I be scared? Should I worry? Because I don't want to think for myself. Oh, commercial break? Well, that's okay. I'll watch all the commercials so I can find out after if I should be scared or not. I'm really worried. Should I be scared? He asked the question, should I be scared? I don't know the answer. I have to wait till he tells me if I should be scared, because I don't want to think for myself.
I want to caution that trading transformative tech is going to be up and down. Investing in transformative tech is wise, and that is exactly what Kathy is doing. She is laying out this long-term roadmap. And to answer your question, is it 2x bull case? Is it dangerous? I think first and foremost is the market is not fully factoring that in. Yes, the stock is up a little bit today, but there's still a long way to go there. And I think that the 2x base case that she talks about is really just around electrification. That piece alone is a massive opportunity for Tesla.
I'm in agreement with Gene Munster here. For 99.99% of people, trading around these disruptive, innovative companies, or as Gene said, transformative technology, extremely dangerous. However, investing for the long term, not so dangerous. In fact, probably a very wise idea.
There definitely is a case around that. I see your point now, Wilford, is that I think a bear case should probably factor in something around competition. We still have not seen that. We've been waiting for competition for a long time.
In terms of Tesla's so-called competition, we've been waiting a long time, and we will be waiting a long time. Now, I just want to clarify something. I do understand that there will be other electric vehicles available for consumers to purchase in the near future. But unless they are competitive with Tesla, and I mean they're literally competing on things that matter, safety, performance, features, functionality, etc., they will not be considered competition. Just like anybody lining up on the starting blocks against Usain Bolt 10 years ago was not competing, they weren't going to be competitive. We already knew who was going to win the race. The same case is true of Tesla. There will be no meaningful competition against Tesla in the next 5+ years. Mark my fucking words. The only exceptions will be competing on price point by companies who are willing to lose $10,000, $20,000 plus on a new electric vehicle just to get in the same price range. Yet they still will not be able to match any of the features or functionality or performance of a Tesla vehicle. Now, why do I say this so confidently? It's quite simple. Tesla has unassailable leads on everything that matters. They've in-housed everything they possibly can, vertically integrated as much as they possibly can. They have industry-leading battery technology, not the battery cells, the thermal management, the packs, the integration, everything. They've got more data than everyone else. They've got a full self-driving data lead. They've got the safest vehicles, blah, 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 blah. I could keep going. The point is, despite the fact that there will be other electric vehicles on the market, I'm telling you guys now, for the next 5 years, nothing will be competing with Tesla. Maybe the second half of this decade, we'll see some of the technology start to catch up, maybe get within spitting distance of Tesla, but even that is still pretty dubious.
The best competition, the Mach-E from Ford now, is delayed until next year. F-150 is coming out. The existing competition from European and the U.S. has been very high-end. But that said, Wilfred, as we think out 2 or 3 years, yes, there is a case that something could fracture this. And I think the fracturing, the real fundamental risk to the share is going lower. It's a $650 billion market cap today, much bigger than most other auto companies. The fundamental risk is that eventually competition comes, it squeezes margins. Again, that has been a long and tired road. That story has been long and tired. I don't see it coming.
Well, I actually have to disagree with Gene Munster on this point. I definitely do see the competition coming prematurely and all over itself, which is probably not that attractive to consumers. Let's move on. I can't believe I just said that.
But as I step back and think about, the gives and takes, our view is that, yes, this is still a risky company, as is all transformative tech. And there's appropriate upside around that, too.
What about parts shortages, Gene? I don't know if you saw this weekend, Tesla filed a legal document with a Kentucky court about a supplier basically asking to take possession of supplier tooling that they deemed critical, and mentioned in that report that they actually had loaned money to the supplier, which maybe is surprising. But do you worry at a time where we already have a global chip shortage, Tesla could face a supply shortage?
That concern, I definitely have that concern, and that's where we go back to our starting point, is transformative tech has many near-term risks to it. In this case, it's the supply chain. What's unique, of course, about Tesla is they are vertically integrated. They are similar to Apple in that they help their suppliers. This is very different than traditional auto. They even do tooling and building of their own parts. And so I think this topic, Sarah, is something that is a near-term negative. It can create some bumpiness in Musk's 50% plus growth rate of deliverables. We could see some sort of pullback based on this. But again, I think that most investors, whether there's some part supply, whether it's what's going on with China and some of the recent news about government officials playing into that, I think those are more transitory in nature. Again, we just anchor that the world is going electric, it is going autonomous.
Once again, some short-term FUD from the media, quickly extinguished by Gene Munster, redirecting the conversation to the long term, which is what actually matters. I'm going to tell you guys now, later this year, nobody's going to be talking about chip supply shortages. However, the conversation may start to occur regarding battery cell supply shortages. Of course, Tesla, in my opinion, will be the least affected of this. There's a few reasons, apart from the fact that they had the vision and foresight in 2014 to begin building their very first gigafactory, knowing that they would need an absolute shitload of battery cells, and the fact that they've locked in very long-term supply contracts with all their battery suppliers, once again, knowing that they would need lots of battery cells in the future. I think Tesla's going to be the least affected, but this is going to become a talking point over the next few years as automakers the world over transition from ICE to EVs and then realize, oh, where are we going to get the batteries from? Shit.
Would encourage people, if you want to see the future of autonomy and be somewhere between horrified and inspired at the same time, there are videos now of Tesla's full self-driving beta that are making it into the wild. You can see that on how these Teslas are operating. At the end of the day, it's not ready for prime time. But again, those are the anchoring themes that I think will keep this company, the valuation, moving higher over the long term.
I just want to take a moment to discuss Tesla's full self-driving software. Now, this is going to come across as incredibly arrogant, but it's true. The only people at this point in time, except for outliers, which there are some, so you might be an outlier, please let me know in the comments if you are. The only people, except a few outliers today, that doubt that Tesla will be first to solve autonomous driving Generalized autonomous driving. Not in a little sandpit, geofence pre-mapped area. No. Generalized autonomy. You drop a Tesla down anywhere, on any road, in any state, in any country, and it will safely drive you from point A to point B. The only people that doubt that Tesla will be first to solve this simply do not have a comprehensive understanding of either neural networks and deep learning, period, and or Tesla's approach to solving autonomy. Now, this is a controversial but accurate statement. I've heard many people doubting Tesla's ability to solve full self-driving, doubting their lead in autonomy, and every one of these people has outed themselves as completely fucking clueless about neural networks, deep learning, how important data is, or the technique that Tesla's using to collect data and to train the AI. I haven't heard a single person who can accurately describe to me how Tesla is training their neural network, how they're getting further and further ahead in this, how they're training, the method for labeling, all this sort of stuff. I haven't heard a single person who actually understands this and how neural networks and deep learning work in general, who then isn't also able to make the connection and know with absolute certainty that Tesla has won this race. Now again, I know this sounds arrogant. It's like, oh, what are you saying, man? So basically, if I don't understand a neural network, then that's the only way I can possibly doubt Tesla. Yeah, that's actually what I'm saying. Sorry, but it's true. Now the thing is, the stock market overall is going to take a lot longer to realize this because most people in general public have no fucking idea what deep learning even is, let alone how far ahead Tesla is. And so there's a disconnect right now. There's some investors, a lot of people living in their mum's basement, a lot of nerds, a lot of data scientists, a lot of people working in artificial intelligence, etc., who see it and go, oh, fuck, Tesla has won. But this doesn't represent a large cohort of investors in the stock market. The actual stock market itself is going to need to see a lot more proof. Many people with a good understanding of deep learning and neural networks can extrapolate from today and go, oh, shit, yep, Tesla's won, no question, just a matter of time watching this play out. Most average investors cannot extrapolate. They cannot infer, and it's no fault of their own. They just don't have enough information to accurately infer where Tesla's going to be in the future, and that's okay. But the point I'm making, and I said this recently on Twitter, I think this may be the last great buying opportunity of Tesla stock before the market finally understands that Tesla will have millions of autonomous vehicles on roads within just a few years. Once the market gets this, it's game over for Tesla stock prices below $1,000, maybe even below $2,000 in my opinion.
Just finally, Gene, to go back to my prior question, over the long term, 2025, what percentage chance do you assign to the likelihood of Tesla's share price being lower than it is today? Are you saying 0% chance?
No, I wasn't saying that at all, Wilford. What I was saying is that there is a risk around competition. I would say 5 years, I would say there's a 20% chance that it's lower and an 80% chance that it's higher.
You gotta be fucking kidding me, Gene. 20%. Jesus Christ, dude. Now, I respect Gene as an analyst. I totally get that he's trying to be conservative here. But Gene, dude, you have to be fucking kidding me. Maybe this was just a gut reaction, a reflexive response from Gene, so I don't want to be too harsh here. But let's think about that. What would it take for Tesla's stock to be worth less in half a decade than it is today? Given the fact that today Tesla's annual production capacity is around 1 million units, in 2025, personally, I think Tesla's going to be producing around 5 to 7 million units, bringing in around $1/3 of $1 trillion of revenue just from automotive sales. They'll have robo-taxis deployed in many regions. I don't even need this for the stock to be higher, but I assume this will also be true. And of course, we've got massive expansion of the energy business. Now, I honestly think for Tesla stock to be lower in 5 years' time, we would need a series of absurdly unlikely events. Elon Musk dies, asteroid impacts simultaneously destroy the Fremont, Shanghai, Berlin, and Austin factories. Then Tesla decides, oh yeah, you know what, we don't want to build any more factories, we don't like making cars anymore, let's just make solar and batteries instead. I don't want to be too harsh here on Gene, but dude, you have to be kidding me. I mean, come on, you know what guys? I'd like to be held accountable. I think Gene's way off the mark here, his radar's a little bit broken, or that was just a reflexive response. I'm going to tell you, for a fucking fact, things that will be true in 5 years that I don't actually know for certain, yet I do know for certain. So please keep me accountable. I know a few of you will. Set yourself a reminder for the end of 2025 to check me on this. Here's 4 stocks that will be higher in 2025. Ready? Amazon, Google, Apple, Tesla. Mark my fucking words. Now I admit, I could be wrong, but I won't be. I'd love to know if you guys are as arrogantly confident in your own predictions as me. Let me know in the comments below. In 2025, what do you think the probability is that Tesla stock will be lower than it is today? I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. And don't forget, if you'd like to help out the channel and get up to 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 1 free stock valued up to $250 just for opening an account. And if you fund your account with $100, you'll get a second free stock valued up to $1,600. And if you're in Australia, the UK or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake also using the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.